I'm Dr. Candy Bahadur here at Watching Pediatrics. Today, I'm going to talk to you about a very simple yet powerful concept in the nutrition world called the division of responsibility. As with all behavioral techniques, this one takes a lot of patience, time, practice, and consistency. When done correctly, it has been very effective in helping with picky eating. In the division of responsibility, it is the caregiver's responsibility to determine the schedule of mealtimes as well as the types of food offered. It is our child's responsibility to determine how much they want to eat, the order that they're going to eat in, and whether or not they eat at all. It's important to remember that when we serve the food, we serve it in a very neutral, no pressure kind of way. When we apply pressure to our children to eat certain foods, it makes them want to protest even more. And they really strive for independence, especially in the toddler and preschool age. So we want to take off as much pressure as possible. We don't want to label any types of food as tasty or sweet or juicy. We want to really give that responsibility to our children. We want to empower them to make these choices all on their own. So we simply serve the meals at the times we want to give it, and if possible, if you're able to sit down and eat with them, modeling has been very, very effective in getting our children to do the behavior we want them to do. One helpful strategy when serving meals or snacks is to always serve a non-preferred item with a preferred item. You may get a lot of resistance from your child. They may protest, they may say they don't want it, and this is where the no pressure concept comes into play. So you're going to do your best to put on your most neutral face and say, that's okay, this is what we're having at this XYZ time. You don't have to eat it if you don't want to, but this is what we're having. By serving a non-preferred food with a preferred food, we are almost guaranteeing that our child will eat something during that mealtime. And again, you're determining what that preferred food is, but it is something that is familiar to your child and that it will help them to feel less fearful of the entire meal. You may want to consider having a no thank you bowl or a no thank you plate for those instances where your child just doesn't want that non-preferred food to even be within proximity to the other food. This is something to work on over time for sure, but in the beginning, having a no thank you bowl or no thank you plate really helps your child's fear of having that food that looks disgusting to them and turns them off from the other meals. We know that it can take several exposures to a certain food before your child will want to touch the food, will want to lick the food, will want to even try the food. So keep exposing your children to the different foods with the division of responsibility. The last part of the division of responsibility is that when our children do finally try the food that you want them to eat, you also are going to play it very cool and not make a big fuss about it. The more we react to certain situations, whether they don't like the food or they like the food or they even try it, it takes that responsibility off of our children and it takes away some of their independence that we really want to foster during mealtimes. If you're still struggling with mealtimes, please don't hesitate to reach out. We have 2 wonderful pediatric nutritionists that are available to work very closely with you and your child over time to help overcome and combat picky eating.